I still sleep with the lights on. Full overhead, blazing white, every single night. My therapist calls it a coping mechanism. I call it survival. There is a difference, and I learned it on a Tuesday in November, in a house I will never go back to. I had moved in alone. Third floor of an old building, high ceilings, wallpaper. The landlord called vintage character. I called it cheap. It worked. I unpacked slowly, slept deeply for the first time in months. The second week, I noticed the door. Far end of the hallway, narrow. Painted over so many times the panels had no definition left. The landlord said storage cupboard. Disused, key lost years ago. Said it in a way meant to end the conversation. I let it end. But on the 8th day, the door was not flush with the frame. Not open, just not closed. A hair's breadth of darkness along the left edge. I pressed my palm flat and pushed. It didn't move. Wood warps, building settle. I went to bed, 3:12 a.m. I woke to the sound of something being set down very carefully, on the other side of my bedroom wall. Not a crash. Careful. Deliberate. The sound of someone who did not want to be heard. I lay completely still, not breathing. Something ancient in my brain had already done the math. Do not move. Do not exist. Do not be here. My phone said 3:14. I exhaled. Then I heard footsteps in my hallway. Slow, measured, coming from the direction of the cupboard. I don't remember crossing the room. I remember the chair wedged under the door handle. I remember sitting on the floor back against the bed. 112 ready to dial, just listening. The footsteps stopped outside my door. Nothing happened for a very long time. At 5 a.m. I called my friend. At 6 a.m. she was there. We checked the hallway in full daylight. Nothing. Cupboard shut. Hall empty, except a small dark smear on the floor just outside my bedroom. She said mud. Said it in the voice. People use when they've decided not to be scared and want you to decide the same. I nodded. I called the landlord. Said I wanted the cupboard opened. He went quiet in a specific way, then said the key was lost. Nothing was in there. I asked. Storage for what exactly? He said he'd get back to me. He never did. I was out within the week. Left the rug, the plant, books I hadn't finished. I did not go back for any of it. Here's the part I haven't told anyone. When I was sitting on my floor at 3 a.m., staring at the gap under my bedroom door, watching for a shadow to pass across the light from the hallway, there was no shadow. Whatever was standing on the other side of that door, the light just refused to touch it. I don't know which possibility is worse. I've had a long time to think about it. I still don't know. The door is still there. The key is still lost.